Hey guys, today we're going to be finding the angle of a trig function. Okay, so at the top of the page is the do now, so I will write in the answers. So make sure that you guys pause it, do it yourself, and then check your answers, okay? So the first answer should be x equals 7.1. The second answer should be x equals 19. And the third answer should be x equals 2.5. Okay, so the work for this is the sine of 45 equals x over 10. Okay, then you get x equals, so when x is high, you multiply, 10 sine 45. Okay, the work for number 2 should be sine of 30 is equal to x over 38. Same thing, when x is high, you multiply. So x is 38 sine of 30. And then the third one is tan of 23 is equal to x over 6. X is high, you multiply, so 6 tan 23. All right, so to find the angle, so it says trig ratios to find the angle. So to recap, sine of theta is O over H. Cosine of theta is A over H. And the tan of theta is O over A. Okay, and then just remember that theta is also another word for angle. Okay, they might use X, they might use Y. Okay, so the rule for this one is to find the degree. Okay, you hit the second key. Okay, so your calculator should already be in degree mode. I left the picture again there for you just in case you forgot to do it yesterday, but once it's set in degree mode, it should already be in there, okay? So remember the slogan. To find the degree, you hit the second key, okay? You all know where the second button is on the calculator. Okay, so now the first example. So just like we did, okay, you always want to label everything, just like we've been doing. Okay, so this is my angle, so this is my opposite, this is my hypotenuse, and then this is my adjacent. Okay, so I have an A and I have an H. So cosine, I'm looking for theta, of theta is equal to A over H. Okay, so now to find the degree, you hit the second key. So right now in your calculator, you're going to hit second, then cosine, then 12 divided by 13. Okay, so that's second cosine 12 divided by 13. You're going to get an answer. The question says to round to the nearest degree, theta of 23. Okay, now if we look at example number 2, so same exact thing. They want you to find theta. So we have this is my opposite, this is my hypotenuse, this is my adjacent. Okay, so what you're going to do again, I have an O and an A, so that is my tan. So tan of theta is equal to O over A, so 4 over 13. So in the calculator, you're going to hit second, tan, 4 divided by 13. So you're going to get theta equals 53. Just to clarify, your calculator is going to look like this. It should say tan negative 1, and then it should be 4 divided by 13. Okay, and that's going to give you 53. All right, so now if we do the third one, solve for the missing angle, round to the nearest degree. Okay, so again, just like we've been doing, label your picture. This is your O, this is your H, this is your A. So I have an A and an H, so you're going to do cosine. So cosine of theta is equal to A over H. So 6 over 9. So second cosine, 6 divided by 9, you're going to get a theta of 48. Okay? And now let's look at number 4. So same thing. There's my angle. So O, H, and A. I don't have an H. I only have an O and an A. So it's tan theta is equal to 11.9 divided by 10. Same thing, the directions say round to the nearest degree. Second tan 11.9 divided by 10 is going to give you 50. Okay, number 5 and 6. So if I label again, O, H, and A, tan of theta is equal to 7.7 divided by 14. Second tan 7.7 divided by 14, you get a theta of 29. Okay, and then number 6, same thing. O, H, and A. So it would be the cosine of theta is equal to A over H. Second cos, 4 divided by 5, and I got 37. Okay, so now if we turn the page, okay, there's 2 more questions here at the top. Let's answer those real fast before we do the word problems. Okay, so let's see. So we have an O, we have an H. So we're going to get sine of theta is equal to 8 over 15. Theta equals, so again, second sine 8 divided by 15, 32. Okay, so again, to find the degree, you hit the second key. Okay, opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. So I get the tan of theta is equal to 3 over 3. So theta is equal to 45. All right, so now there's a word problem here. It says the first drop of king to ka is 456 feet off the ground. If the track length of the first drop is 460 feet, what is the angle of the drop to the nearest tenth? Okay, so I always want to draw yourself a picture. Okay, so they're saying that the first drop of king to ka is 456 feet off the ground. So we're off the ground, so we're 456 feet off the ground. If the track length, so here's the length of the roller coaster as it goes up, okay, is 460. Now that makes sense because the hypotenuse is always the longest side. So the 460 would have to go there. It couldn't go on the other side. Okay, so what is the angle of the drop? Okay, so we're dropping down. So we're going like this, which means that the angle that they're looking for is right here. So they're looking for that. You can put an X there. You can make it a theta. It's whatever you want. Okay, so opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. Okay, so we're going to do the cosine of theta is equal to 456 adjacent over hypotenuse over 460. So we get theta equals 7.6. Okay, so again, you're going to hit second cosine 456 divided by 460. It says round to the nearest tenth, so you get 7.6. Okay, so now we're going to be practicing some word problems. So it's a little bit of everything that we've been doing. So first of all, there's 2 types of angles that we're going to be discussing. Okay, so the first type is the angle of elevation. So if this is my triangle, here's my right triangle, okay, the angle of elevation looks up. So this piece right here on the bottom corner is the angle of elevation. Okay, so that is so think about an elevator. An elevator, if I'm on the first floor, it goes up. If you elevate off the ground, you're going up. Okay, so angle of elevation, you are looking up. Okay, now your angle of depression. Okay, so if somebody is depressed, they're usually sad. So therefore, you're looking down. Okay, so this is the angle of depression. Okay, so therefore, you are looking down. Okay. So put a little activity here. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff that's going on here. There's a helicopter and a diner and a car and an airplane and a person. Okay, so I want to know the angle of elevation from the car to the top of the diner. So what number would that be? So the angle of elevation looks up. So here's the car. Here's the top of the diner. Okay, angle of elevation looks up. So this should be number 17. Okay. Now B, the angle of depression. So I'm looking down from the top of the tall building. Here's my tall building right here. Okay, to the diner. So I'm going from here to the diner only. So here's the diner. Okay, and here's my angle right here. So you really could say 6 or you could say 7. I'm just going to go with 7. Okay, the angle of elevation from the plane, here's the plane, to the helicopter. That means I am looking up because I'm elevating. So the only angle looking up from here to here is 4. Okay, D, the angle of depression from the top of the diner to the boy. So here's the diner, here's the boy. Okay, so again, you could say 12, you could say 9, either one. I'm going to go with 9. It doesn't really matter. Okay, the angle of depression from the helicopter to the plane. So I'm going to fill in E, F, and G right now. So pause it and see if our answers match. So you get 10, 13, and then 14. Okay, now the second part here says to circle or draw the side or angle that is represented by the description. So A says that there's a leaning ladder. So they want to know the height on the wall that the ladder reaches. So that would be this right here. So this is the height of the wall that the ladder reaches. So my X would go here. If I wanted to circle it, that would be what I'm looking for. Okay, so for B, the leaning ladder. So the distance from the foot of the ladder to the wall. So the foot of the ladder is the bottom of the ladder to the wall. So they would be looking for this piece right here. Okay, my X would go here. That's what they're looking for. So anything to the foot of the ladder or the ground, that's always the bottom. And then C says that the leaning ladder, the angle the ladder forms with the wall. So here's the wall. Okay, and now here's the ladder. So you guys can clearly tell that this is making an angle, and my angle would be right there. Okay, so again, the wall and the ladder makes that angle right there. Okay, and then the shadow, the length of his shadow. If you are standing up, your shadow is always on the ground. So here is my shadow right here. Okay, so if on the page, my next page here is the homework. There are 3 pages, 1, 2, and 3, okay? So the homework will be due again tomorrow. So make sure that you guys show me all the work, show me all the diagrams. If you have a problem finding the angle or you still don't know where it's coming from, let me know. Just remember, you always have to hit the second key to find the angle. All right? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.